Are you ready for this? Because what's happening in Dallas right now could define the Cowboys' entire future. Let me ask you something right away. Would you bet on George Pickens staying in Dallas long-term or walking away after 1 year? Before we break it all down, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and share this video with every Cowboys fan you know, because we're about to get into some serious inside talk. Everything started with a voice that Cowboys fans respect more than almost anyone. Emmitt Smith, a legend, a Hall of Famer, a symbol of what Dallas greatness looks like. And now, he's sending a message directly to George Pickens. Not quietly, not subtly, loud and clear. Stay in Dallas. Here's the situation. George Pickens just had the kind of season every wide receiver dreams about. Career highs across the board. Yards, receptions, touchdowns. He didn't just play well. He dominated. And he picked the perfect time to do it. Because now, he wants to get paid. And honestly, who wouldn't? But here's where things get complicated. The Cowboys placed the franchise tag on him. That means one thing: control. Pickens can't negotiate with other teams. He's locked into Dallas, at least for now. And unless a deal gets done by July 15th, he's playing on a 1-year contract worth about $27.3 million. Sounds like a lot, right? But in today's NFL, for a top receiver, that's just the starting point. Now here's where Emmitt Smith stepped in, and things got interesting. When he heard the number Pickens would make this year, his reaction said it all. Surprise. But then came the advice. And this is where you need to pay attention. Smith didn't just talk money. He talked opportunity. He basically told Pickens, you're not going to find many places like Dallas. Think about that. The spotlight, the brand, the quarterback situation, the system. And then he dropped a line that raised eyebrows everywhere. You can go to Florida, but who's throwing you the football down there? That's not just advice. That's a warning. So now the question becomes, does Pickens listen? Or does he bet on himself again? Because if he plays another monster season, his price tag explodes. But if something goes wrong, injuries, chemistry issues, regression, that long-term payday could disappear fast. And that's the gamble. But hold on, because that's not the only storyline brewing in Dallas. Not even close. Let's shift to the draft. And trust me, this is where things get messy. For months, fans have been locked into one name: Jermad McCoy, a talented cornerback, elite upside, true CB1 potential. Sounds like exactly what Dallas needs, right? Well, not so fast. Cowboys insider Bobby Belt just shut that idea down. Completely. He said it straight. They're not taking him at 12. They're just not doing it. No hesitation. No doubt. So now you have to ask, why? Is it the ACL injury? Is it the risk? Or is there something happening behind the scenes that we're not seeing yet? Because when insiders speak that confidently, it usually means something. And just when things couldn't get more unpredictable, another name enters the picture: Caleb Downs. And this is where things get really interesting. NFL insider Peter Schrager, and remember, this is a guy who's nailed Cowboys picks before, believes Downs could fall right into Dallas' lap at pick 12. And if that happens, game changer. We're talking about a player some believe could become the smartest and most impactful defender on any team he joins. Let that sink in. Not just talented, smart, versatile, a leader. And here's the twist. Safeties often fall in the draft. We've seen it before. Big names, top talent, still available later than expected. So if Downs is sitting there at 12, do the Cowboys pull the trigger? Or do they stick to another plan? And speaking of plans, let's talk about a real problem in Dallas right now: the secondary. Because this is not the same unit it used to be. Not even close. They gave up over 200 passing yards last season. That's not just bad. That's a red flag. A big one. Trayvon Diggs? Gone. Darren Bland? Injuries. The rest? Unproven. Developing. Not scary. And in today's NFL, if your secondary can't hold up, you're done. Simple as that. So what are the Cowboys doing? They're searching. Hard. They've been evaluating cornerbacks all over the board. And now, a new name has entered the conversation: Brandon Cisse, an explosive prospect out of South Carolina. Dallas brought him in for an official visit. And when that happens this close to the draft, it means interest is real. So let's connect the dots. Pickens wants a contract. Emmitt Smith says stay. The draft board is shifting. The secondary needs help. And the Cowboys? They're right in the middle of all of it. Let me ask you something. If you're running this team, what do you do? Do you lock in Pickens long-term? Or make him prove it one more year? Do you go safe in the draft? Or swing big on a player like Caleb Downs? Because whatever decisions Dallas makes in the next few months will define the next few years. And maybe, just maybe, the next championship window. But here's the part nobody is talking about yet. What if all of this is connected? What if the way the Cowboys handle Pickens directly impacts what they do in the draft? Think about it. Cap space, team identity, offensive versus defensive priorities. It's all tied together. And what happens next might surprise you, because rumors are already starting to build about internal disagreements. And if that turns out to be true, things could get very interesting in Dallas. So stay locked in, because in the next update, we're diving into what's really happening behind closed doors. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. If you made it this far, you're a real one. So go ahead and subscribe right now, hit that like button, and drop your take in the comments. Should the Cowboys pay George Pickens or make him wait? And don't forget to share this video with every Cowboys fan who thinks they already know what's coming. Because they don't. See you in the next one.